You are hearing this transmission because somehow it found its way to you. It doesn't matter where you are or what time it is. If you have a dog, this might be the most important warning you will ever receive. And if you don't, you'll wish you did once you understand what is happening. This message is not for everyone. It won't be on the news. It won't trend on social media. And if you are not subscribed to receive transmissions like this, you will probably never be able to find me again. If you want to keep receiving this kind of information before it disappears, subscribe now. There is no guarantee this recording will remain online. At first, there were only isolated reports, small, scattered ones. Dog owners describing strange, identical behaviors, even when they lived miles apart. Animals that, out of nowhere, would stop in the middle of the house and stare at a fixed point on the wall, without blinking, without moving their heads. And they would stay like that for minutes. Some growled, others backed away slowly, as if trying to keep their distance. And there were those who barked, but not at any visible threat. They looked at an empty corner and barked as if trying to drive something away. At first, it was easy to ignore. Anyone who lives with animals knows they can pick up sounds and movements we can't perceive. But these episodes began to repeat with an unsettling frequency. Then someone decided to connect the dots. An independent researcher began mapping these reports. He used geographic coordinates, cross-checked dates and times, even compared them to meteorological records. The pattern he found was not a coincidence. Most cases happened in areas near military installations, restricted zones, or regions with a history of unregistered activities. And, strangely, always during the early morning hours, between 2 and 4 a.m. The researcher tried to warn people. He posted articles in obscure forums, recorded videos explaining the connections, and shared an interactive map with all documented cases. 3 days later, his website was taken down. His channel erased. His name vanished from search results. The last file he left behind had only one sentence: "They're using frequencies now." After that, what came to light was even worse. Some people began noticing that the dogs weren't just staring into nothing. They were following something, invisible with their eyes, as if tracking the movement of something walking through the house. And sometimes, the owners felt subtle changes in the air. A sudden cold, a faint hum, a metallic smell. Those with indoor cameras captured something even more disturbing. Whenever the dog reacted, the recording would suddenly suffer interference. The image distorted, the audio cut out, and for less than a second, something appeared. A stretched shadow, or a face. But it wasn't human. More advanced equipment was brought in by curious investigators. Thermal sensors, motion detectors, high-frequency recorders. The results always showed heat signatures in areas where nothing visible was present. Diffuse shapes, without clear outlines, but moving. And always, the dog noticed it before the devices did. This is not just something supernatural. It is technology. Leaked documents describe tests with projections invisible to the human eye but detectable through other sensors. They use sounds between 18 and 20 kilohertz, frequencies we can't hear, but dogs can. The goal? To observe how they react to the presence of these experimental field projections. You might be wondering, but why? The answer, no one knows for sure. Maybe it's a form of control. Maybe it's just testing. Or maybe it's already the final phase of something that began a long time ago. People who tried to investigate closely started disappearing. No signs of forced entry. No struggle. The dog disappeared too. One recording, online for only a few hours before being removed, showed the inside of a house at the exact moment it happened. A man was sitting on the couch. His dog, beside him, began to growl. The camera glitched. The man stood up and looked toward the same corner as the animal. The image froze, and when it returned, the living room was empty. No man, no dog. If your dog, tonight, suddenly stops and stares into a dark corner, do not look there. Do not try to film it. They know when they are being recorded. And when they notice, you become part of the test. You are still listening. That means you are among the few who know. It also means they already know about you. If you want to receive the next transmission before it's too late, subscribe now. Do not trust what will show up in search results later. Remember, it's not just your dog that is seeing it. Your dog just sees it before you do.